Welcome to the deep dive. We take your reading stack, all those sources, and really unpack the big ideas inside.
That's right.
And today, wow, we're diving into something huge, a real whirlwind tour of how communication totally changed over the last, what, 100 years or so?
Yeah, it's a massive shift. We're talking about the technology, the inventions that connect us all now.
Okay, so let's try a little thought experiment. I want you, listening right now, to just picture this. It's 1950. Okay. You've got a friend, maybe they just moved overseas, say New York to London.
A long way back then.
A really long way. So how do you reach them? You've got the phone, sure, but it's a landline, obviously, and an international call. You might have to, like, book it hours ahead,
Yeah.
or you write a letter, airmail, maybe.
Right. Takes time.
So here's the challenge for you. How long, realistically, do you think it would take to actually get a reply back from your friend in London? Days? A week, maybe?
Longer.
It's a good question, because the gap between that 1950 world and, well, now, it's just staggering, isn't it?
So our mission here today is to kind of map out those key moments, those big inventions, the real game changers that reshaped how we all connect.
And the core idea, the thing we really want to focus on, is how technology didn't just, like, speed things up a bit.
No, it utterly demolished the old barriers. Distance, time. They almost stopped mattering in the same way.
And our sources are pretty clear this wasn't just random inventors tinkering away, right? There were big forces pushing this.
Absolutely. Necessity is the mother of invention, as they say.
Oh,
Think about it. Global trade kicking off, people moving across the world like never before.
and yeah, big things like wars, too.
Exactly. When you need to coordinate over huge distances, fast, you find a way. People get inventive.
It's like this cycle, isn't it? The need drives the invention,
Mhm.
and then the invention speeds everything up, creating new needs, a real feedback loop.
So let's kick off this journey. Where do we start? Maybe the 1920s.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah.
Like the first big disruptor of the 20th century, radio. Suddenly sound just traveling through the air instantly.
And the key thing here, I think, isn't just getting news fast. It's that radio created, well, for the first time ever, a shared experience across huge areas.
Shared experience. How so?
Well, before radio, news was mostly local,
Yeah.
right? Your town paper. But radio meant millions could hear the same voice, the same news report, the same concert at the exact same moment.
Ah, okay, so it kind of built a national conversation.
Precisely. A shared narrative, which connects back to that challenge you mentioned earlier. Think about World War II.
Right.
How powerful was it for a leader to speak directly into people's homes? No filter from local editors, just that immediate emotional voice.
Yeah, that's huge. Unifying, I guess, but maybe scary too.
For better or worse, absolutely. It set the stage for mass media. It taught people how to consume information broadcast from a central point.
Okay, so radio lays the groundwork. Then what's next? The pictures arrive.
Exactly. Jump forward to the 1940s, 1950s television. Now you've got the sound and moving images.
That must have felt like science fiction.
Pretty much. It took storytelling news, drama, ads, everything to a whole different level. Emotionally much more powerful.
So if radio unified people through sound, TV did it through sight. Shared visuals.
Yeah, shared visual experiences. And think about the impact on, say, politics. A politician on the radio, they needed a good voice, strong arguments.
Sure.
On TV, suddenly it's about how you look. Your presence, do you seem trustworthy on screen? It changed the whole game.
And advertising too, I bet.
Oh, completely. Radio ads might describe a product. TV ads could sell you a whole lifestyle, an image, an aspiration. It became much more about the visual impact.
Okay, so we've got mass broadcasting dominating the airwaves, but the next big leap wasn't just sending stuff out to everyone, was it? It was more individual.
Right. We need to talk about computers. They start appearing really in the 1970s, but not like we know them.
No, these were giant machines, right, filling whole rooms.
Huge and incredibly expensive. They were mainframes, basically one big brain doing calculations for lots of people on terminals.
So not exactly personal computing.
Not at all.
Yeah.
The crucial shift, the thing that paved the way for the internet and everything else, happened in the 80s and 90s. We moved from those big central machines to networks.
Networks.
Yeah, networks of smaller personal computers that could actually talk to each other. That idea of distributed networks, that's the key. That's what lets information flow freely.
Okay, so machines talking to machines, peer-to-peer. That sounds like the foundation for, well, everything digital now.
It really is. And this shift to digital brings up a really interesting, kind of critical question from our sources.
What's that?
What happens when we start storing all our knowledge, everything humans know, digitally? instead
Yeah.
of, on paper in books. What are the upsides and downsides?
That's a big one. Okay, opportunity. I guess it's access. Like anyone can look anything up instantly.
Exactly. Unbelievable access.
Hmm.
Think about having the entire Library of Congress searchable from your phone. That's amazing for democracy, for learning.
But the risk, digital stuff feels kind of fragile, doesn't it?
It can be. A physical book can survive a power cut, maybe even a flood. Digital files. They need constant electricity, backup, software updates. They can get corrupted, wiped out, or just become unreadable if the technology changes.
So our knowledge is easier to get to than ever.
But maybe also easier to lose. It's a huge trade-off we're still grappling with. Managing that digital legacy is critical.
While all that's happening with computers and data, something else is changing how we physically move and communicate. Mobile phones.
Ah, yes, the bricks.
I remember them. Those massive things from the 90s. You felt like you were lugging around, well, a brick. And the phone bills.
Terrifying. But even those clunky early models represented something huge. Freedom.
Freedom from the wall socket, the landline cord.
Exactly. You weren't tethered anymore. Technologically, this was a big shift too, moving from old phone networks where you needed a dedicated line for each call.
Like a physical connection.
Sort of. To newer networks that chop everything voice, data into little digital packets and send them really efficiently. That packet switching is what made mobile and internet data affordable and possible.
And the result. We just expect to be able to reach anyone, anytime, anywhere.
It's the norm now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
If someone doesn't pick up their mobile, you don't think, oh, they're not near a phone. You think, oh, they must be busy.
But that freedom, that constant connection, it leads to that debate the sources bring up, right? Are these phones actually bringing us closer? Or are they just distracting us?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
And you see strong points on both sides.
Right.
Well, on one hand, think about families separated by thousands of miles.
Mm-hmm.
A soldier deployed overseas doing a video call with their kid back home.
Yeah.
That's real, powerful connection that wasn't possible before.
True. That's amazing.
But on the other hand, you have studies showing people feeling more isolated even when they're physically with others. Everyone's staring at their screens.
The alone together thing.
Right. We can instantly check out of the real world through our phones, maybe ignoring the people right next to us for those easier, maybe shallower digital connections. The tech allows both connection and disconnection. It's complicated.
And that complexity just ramps up as we hit the 2000s, doesn't it? With the internet really taking off and then social media.
Yeah, this is where things get hyper-connected. The expansion happens super fast and kind of along three main lines, you could say.
Okay, what are they?
First, you had email. Fast written messages, but not instant back and forth usually. Asynchronous,
Got it. Like a faster letter.
pretty much. Then you get texting and messaging apps. Think SMS, WhatsApp, that kind of thing. Now we're talking global instant text conversations.
Okay, real-time chat.
And then the big one, social media. Platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. These weren't just about sending messages. They were designed for sharing your life, your ideas, pictures, your whole identity, really, with potentially everyone.
Wow. So social media kind of pulls together all the earlier stuff. It's got the instant reach of radio, the visual power of TV, plus the storage of computers.
That's a great way to put it. You can get news, share art, watch videos, join groups, start movements, all driven by this fundamental human need to connect and share.
But it also changes what connection even means, right? The sources talk about the idea of community.
Yeah, this is a really important point. Historically, your community was, well, physical.
Yeah.
Your neighbors, the people in your town, geographic.
People you actually saw and interacted with daily.
Right. Social media flips that completely. Now, your community might be based purely on shared interest.
How so?
Well, say you're really into, I don't know, collecting rare stamps from Iceland.
Okay. Niche.
Very niche. But online, you can instantly find and connect with thousands of other people scattered all over the world who share that exact passion. That kind of specialized community just wasn't possible before.
So more connections available than ever before.
Yeah.
But are they the same kind of connection? Are they as strong?
Ah, that's the paradox, isn't it? We have this huge quantity of connections, potentially hundreds or thousands of friends online.
Yeah.
But does that sheer volume dilute the quality? Our sources suggest that many online connections can be pretty surface level. You know, the quick like, the brief comment.
Not exactly deep, meaningful interactions sometimes.
Often not. They might lack the depth, the shared history, the trust you build up with people you interact with face-to-face over time. So you have these vast global networks. But maybe the local close-knit support systems get weaker. Is another trade-off. Hashtag synthesis and final debate.
Okay, let's zoom out again. Think back to where we started. 1950. Communication tools were letters, telegrams maybe.
Expensive, pre-booked landline calls.
Yeah. Compare that to today. We've got email, WhatsApp, high-def video calls instantly on our phones, messaging apps, even AI helping us write stuff.
The difference is just mind-boggling. It's not just faster. It's global. It's multimedia. It's always on. The world genuinely feels smaller.
The speed is incredible. Going from waiting weeks for a letter to getting annoyed if a text doesn't arrive in 3 seconds.
Yeah, our expectations have totally shifted. It feels almost miraculous.
But, and this is the big but, our sources force us to ask, is faster always better?
That's the crucial debate, isn't it?
Yeah.
The technology itself is amazing, a real testament to human ingenuity. But how we use it, how we manage it, that's where the problems creep in.
Like what kind of problems?
Well, take misinformation, fake news, misleading stories. They've always existed, of course.
Sure. Rumors spread.
But the speed and reach that modern communication tech gives them, it's unprecedented. A lie can literally travel around the world before the truth is even, woken up.
And verification can't keep up.
It struggles to.
Mhm.
The same channels built for instant connection are perfect for instant deception, too.
And then there's privacy. Every click, every message, every post we've talked about, it leaves a digital footprint.
A massive one. The convenience comes at the cost of our data, often. Who's collecting it? How is it being used? These are huge questions that emerged alongside the tech.
We're constantly having to rethink privacy in this connected world.
And finally, there's the personal impact. It loops back to that distraction idea, or even screen addiction.
Right. Always being on.
Exactly. The speed and the fact that it's always there in your pocket makes it incredibly hard to switch off. You feel pressure to be constantly available. It leads to burnout, fatigue.
So the tech that solved the problem of distance.
Might have created a new problem of constant overwhelm, of never being truly disconnected.
So the technology itself is a success story.
A brilliant one.
But managing ourselves, managing the human side of it all, that's the real challenge now. Hashtag hag outro.
Well, hopefully this deep dive gave everyone a better sense of just how radically things have changed in communication over the last century or so.
Yeah, from simple radio broadcasts to, well, everything being instant and digital, it's quite a journey.
It really is. A story of need driving invention, and those inventions reshaping culture, society, our daily lives in ways people back then couldn't have imagined.
So as you go about your day, maybe using your phone or laptop, just think about the history behind those tools. And we want to leave you with one final big question to chew on.
Okay, what is it?
If you had to pick just one invention from this whole period we discussed, radio, TV, the computer, or the internet, which one do you think had the absolute biggest impact on how humans live and interact? Not just talk, but exist.
Ooh, it's a tough one. Radio, TV, computers, the internet, each one feels massive.
Exactly. Which one was the most transformative? We'll let you debate that one.
Sounds good. Until next time, keep digging deeper into the world around you.